So this is my exact system how to validate digital products before even creating them. First of all, we have what I call the interest-based validation. So how this works is, first of all, we create a landing page, and in this page, basically all that we want to do is just showcase all the things about our product, and I have other videos basically explaining how you want to show kind of like the benefits and all of that. There's formulas how you do all of this stuff, and there is, by the way, a page builder that allows you to create landing pages completely for free, really high quality. You can do all of this, so we will leave the links for all of that stuff. But basically in here, what we do is we have it as we would have a sales page, but at the end, instead of buy now, we just have a pre-launch type of page or call to action.
By the way, I'm going to leave a guide how I'm making thousands of dollars with less than 5,000 YouTube subscribers, and you can do the same.
And we want to say what is the exact date. So not launching soon, but okay, it's gonna be launched by this date, so people know exactly when to expect. That's going to increase your conversion rate. And in here at the end, we just have basically an opt-in form for their email address, so people can put in their email address if they are interested when your product is launching. So the pros here is that this is a very simple way to set up this kind of testing. As I said, you can use completely free software, and really it doesn't take that much time or effort, and you don't even need to set up payment gateways. So there are some cons, however. First of all, showing interest does not mean that they are going to buy, and I'm going to talk about this in the second method that basically deals with this issue.
By the way, I created a database of best 100 digital product examples. Check out the description.
But you will be surprised how many people will tell you that they're interested. They might tell you they're so interested, they're definitely going to buy, and only a fraction of those people are actually going to make the purchase. Also, another thing is that some people may not be able to wait. So again, because we haven't quite launched yet, some people are going to definitely drop off. So I'm just telling you this, basically, that you can take this into consideration, that this is not super accurate. The numbers that you will get, let's say you'll get like 100 opt-ins, there's going to be only a certain percentage of those opt-ins, let's say like half, depending on what your traffic is and all of that kind of stuff. But perhaps, let's say only half of the people will actually make a purchase. Maybe it's only 10%. It really does depend quite a lot, but 100%, it's not going to be 100%. So the next one that I like quite a bit, and by the way, I'm going to tell you also some of the ways, some smart ways how you can drive traffic into these different methods of testing. What is the best way also of driving traffic when you are doing these kind of tests? So the next thing is pre-sale validation. So this is actually selling the product that is coming out soon. So we don't have a product yet. I've never created a product and then sold it. I always sold my product before I actually created it. The pros here is that it's just more accurate data because people are actually opening their wallets and they're giving you money. And of course, there are some cons here because some people are not going to purchase right away, and some people are just not willing to wait for the period of time until when the product is actually created. They want to purchase the product right here and right now. And in this case, let's say if you're doing this method that we talked about before, this is okay, people haven't purchased yet. So once you email them that, oh yeah, I created this product, then they are willing to make the purchase. Whereas here, they might not be willing to make the purchase right away. However, there are a couple of ways what we can do to counter that. So how do you increase your conversions? One thing you can do is you can give an early bird discount for people. Basically, you just say that, okay, for the first, there are different ways you can do this as well. You can just say, okay, X amount percentage of discount you can do for the first 50 people, for the first 100 people, I'm giving this type of discount. Or what you can also do is You, instead of discount, you can say like, oh, I'm going to give something in addition to that. I'm going to perhaps give some other products. I'm going to add additional coaching. There are different ways how you can go about it. Check out some of my other videos where I explain the different optimization parts. But one thing I will say is be careful not to give too big of a discount, because if people will see that, okay, this is how big the discount was before, and they didn't make the purchase, and then your product comes out, you have created the product, then it will kind of seem expensive to them. So that's why I also would say, instead of a discount, maybe it's better to give some sort of bonuses. So now let's talk the other super important part, which is actually driving traffic. So there's a few very important tips here I'm going to give you. So one thing you can do is you can run ads to your landing pages, to your sales pages. The one thing I will say here is that it allows you to test everything out very quick, which is absolutely amazing, and it's kind of straightforward somewhat if you're good with ads. But one thing is, it takes time to optimize. So it depends what kind of ads you're running, but let's say actually with most of the ads, whether you're running Google ads or Facebook ads, it takes some time for, let's say, the pixel to actually understand, okay, who is the most likely person, the avatar, to convert. So at the beginning, you will need to invest quite a bit of money until they actually figure this out and they optimize the pixel, and then you get good conversions. And this might not sound like a big problem. However, one of the things, actually, I didn't mention this, but when you do this validation, whether it's interest-based or the pre-sale validation, you can also do different landing pages, different sales pages. You can A/B test, all of that kind of stuff. Even the offer itself, you can test out different offers. Sometimes small things, small wording can actually make a huge difference. So in that case, if we're running a few different campaigns and now we need to optimize all of these campaigns, the pixel needs to understand what kind of person is going to convert. That can add up to quite a bit of money. And I'm not saying this doesn't work, it definitely can work. However, there are other ways you can do it. So what you can do is you can use influencer marketing. Basically just get influencers to do promotion for you, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, whatever it really is. One thing I like about this is that, like, you don't really need to have a huge budget, and if you're doing this right, you basically have the likelihood of hitting pretty large audience with a very small budget. Sometimes with micro influencers, you might actually just give out the product for free and get to tap into their audience. Or you can do, with the beautiful thing about digital products is that you can give high affiliate commissions. So also with influencers, you can agree that you're going to give them, perhaps if you're doing the pre-launch, you can say, I'm giving you additional X amount of commissions. And again, there's a whole other thing that I can talk about, how you can even give like 100% commission rates for them, so on and so forth. Check out some of my other content. But basically, this is just if you don't want to spend a ton of money and you want to do some testing that's just a little bit higher ROI. If you're not going in, full on one product, let's say, and you're running ads, you want to test a few different things maybe, and you just want to spend a little bit of money on testing, influencer marketing is probably the better way. Another thing you can do, of course, is just check the search volume. So there are certain plugins for keyword research. I will leave all of the useful links, all of that. I might create like a Notion doc for all of this different stuff, but it basically shows you exactly what's the amount of amounts of searches each month. Also look at trends, whether it's going your product, your idea, or the niche within the product, whether it's going up or it's going down. There are some websites also that show you exploding trends, so that's actually a good way to find something, but that's, I guess, a different topic. And in general, I mean, just you want to see whether it's actually a good niche. So I have some other videos explaining how to figure out whether the niche is good. Definitely check that. I have like inverted niche approach that I coin myself, that I think is the best and the only way you should do niche research, and it's completely opposite of what everyone else does. But basically, yeah, just find what people complain about and create product for those kind of things. And last but not least, check the competition. So find other stores with similar niche or similar products. And again, depending on what they use, you can do a few different things. But basically, let's say if they use something like Shopify, there are actually tools that can show you estimated sales of different products. Also, you can just check, okay, what is their social media? How are they performing on socials? Do they have large following, great engagement? You can check website traffic. Just go to SimilarWeb. I will leave some of the links, but go to SimilarWeb. Check their traffic, where the traffic is coming from. Is it SEO? Is it paid? Whatever it is. So you can see basically if there is competition, perhaps very similar products, that just means that the product is validated. But perhaps if they use specific method and you're going to use a different traffic method, then that means that this is great news for you. Basically, that means that the validation of the product has already been done, and now you just need to figure out how to drive traffic different way than your competitors. But competitors is a great way to kind of figure out, even if they're not selling exactly the same product, at least if someone has already validated that this specific niche is working, that can help out quite a bit.